Welcome. I understand you've been having some trouble relaxing. Having a bit of a stressful month, year, as it were. Pardon me, I just fixed some spice. Tea helps me get into the zone, but don't worry about that. Let's talk about you. Now, what would you like to tell me about what's been bothering you? Mm-hmm. Yes, certainly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that's entirely understandable. Of course. Yes. I would too. Yeah, I understand. I've definitely been there a few times myself. Okay. So it's been eking into your sleep as well. You've had some problems there. Yeah, that's well, whether it's comforting or not, it's normal for that to be an effect as well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, what I'm here to do, hopefully, is to offer you some perspective and just at least for this first meeting, just help give you some grounding sort of perspective to keep you in the game, just to keep you on an even keel. Well, the first thing I want to say is everyone goes through this from at some point or another. While your specific experience is unique and novel, I just mean to say, rather, that you're not alone, and there's people there that have experienced something very similar to you if you reach out. I might have a few experiences myself, but other people as well may be able to help you. That's what always helps me when I'm in a difficult time, is to find someone that's gone through something similar and can offer me some advice. Okay, now in moments like those more high pressure ones where you are feeling especially distraught, have you endeavored into any breathing techniques? You tried a few breathing techniques. Are they successful for you, or have you found ones that work for you? With the longer exhale, yes, that's good. It calms down some of our system, so that's natural. Good. That's good too. Yeah, Some chamomile tea can do that as well, I suppose, yes. There's nothing wrong with that. My personal crutch, if you will, is sort of spice tea. It's dominated by cinnamon, but to each their own, certainly. Yes, well, sometimes all we can get, even from a professional, in moments like these, are not only a reminder that you're not alone, and you have people out there that care for you and want to help you, and are armed to do so. Maybe such as myself, we'll see. But also just to help calm you down into a place that is more operable, so where you can, yes, exactly, where you can go about your day's business and feel like you're still contributing while you're going through this hardship. It's definitely a difficult balance to strike, going to work and going through what some may call drudgery, but while dealing with these serious issues. But people like me, and hopefully a few friends of yours and family, are there to help you with that. However, I do understand that sometimes certain subject matter is only really fit for professionals, as for various reasons one's privacy is doled out to specific groups, and sometimes certain people nearby may be part of the problem, or at least in a grey area where you're not exactly sure, and you can try to hopefully take them out of the picture for a little while and help figure out if that's the case. Make it sort of a empirical study. Give it a bit of science and try and figure out what's the truth and what's good about your life, and who should continue to be in it, and at what points. Because there's certain things sometimes where you don't tell certain people about because they don't handle it well, or you just are not sure how to handle their reaction to it. And then there are those special people, maybe, that you can tell most everything. I'm not so sure that many people have someone that they can tell everything. That's a lot to ask of someone, and you shouldn't feel bad if you don't have anyone like that, because close in this manner is oftentimes quite sufficient. If you can open up to someone close to you about just about everything, it's worth quite a lot. Yes, and sometimes they're not equipped to deal with it. They don't know what to say. They're not professional. In the ways of sociology, psychology, things like that. Certainly. So, as you've already had some experience with breathing exercises, I'd like to just go ahead and try something a bit different. Pardon the plane real quick. Just let it pass, because it'll be gone soon. I like to let it remind me of how powerful our business is around here, that we have planes flying overhead every now and then. It means that we're wanted, or that everyone's leaving, either way. I'm pretty sure they go both ways. Who knows? Don't want to keep track. So instead of the breathing exercise today for you, because I think you found some headway there, and you can't focus on it too much, because it simply can't fix everything, but to help you calm, first of all, I try and give you this sort of caring environment that's listening and paced out in such a way that you can digest it in your brain stuffs, and it will not bother you. And quite the opposite. It's aimed to help relax you and calm the situation, and if nothing else, yourself. So I think we should, and I'm careful not to call this meditation, but just to give space to a happening. This time in your life has proved difficult, and that may mean that you come out the other end stronger, but for right now, we just need to focus on respecting it. We don't want to avoid it, and we don't want to focus on it too much. So, with me, for just maybe a minute here, I'd like to ask you if you can join me in just being with it, with the feeling of this trouble you've been through, just appreciating it in a way. I know it sounds weird, but it's all a process, going through these things as a human being, and while we can't be respectful of them at all times, it is important once in a while to appreciate these things we have to go through. And we may not be on the other side of it yet, but we can appreciate each stage as we're going through it. So let's just kind of vaguely think about. I don't want you to get caught up too much on detail here, on anything that's really gotten you stressed, but what we're going to do instead is just appreciate the fact that we're going through it. Let's take a couple quick breaths just to help get in. So follow my lead, if you will. In the nose. And usually out the mouth. Good. Do one or two more of those. Let's see how we do. Okay. That was fantastic. I think. Okay. Alright, now you can leave your eyes open, you can close your eyes, you can fixate on something in the room if you want. It's whatever helps you at this point. But we're going to take a solid minute and just appreciate that we're going through something. think you did really well there. And I'm so glad to see it. So, in the very simplest of terms, what we've just done is taken this period in our lives that has been so difficult, and we've afforded ourselves a moment of maybe reflection, if you like, but more so just appreciating that it's part of our lives. And sometimes that is quite impossible, but the fact that we can do it means that it is on some level surmountable, you see. And it brought a smile to your face just there, and I'm so glad to see that. Well done. So little steps like that will afford you certain feelings of accomplishment. And it's that ladder of accomplishment with each step, each small challenge that you can overcome, little things that you can set for yourself, like just getting up in the morning and making your bed, just making sure your sheets are flat. That's it. But make sure it's perfect. You don't need to tuck them under the mattress, nothing, just that's a personal favourite of mine. Just make sure your sheets are not overturned. Just make sure they're nice and flat, set out, smoothed briefly. And that gives you that sense of purpose and accomplishment that you, first thing in the day, to start your day, you've accomplished something. And that is huge. And as you accomplish more and more small things, you can feel better and better, having the memory, knowledge that you have met these little challenges throughout the day, and bit by bit it could possibly make you a bit more confident that you could also overcome the big things, the things that are bothering you, more or less right now. And maybe not right now while we took that moment, maybe not right now while you're listening to me. Once again, take that as an accomplishment. You have set time apart for yourself in the day to take care of yourself, to come to someone like me who is here to help you just a little bit, to look at this in another way. Because when one perspective just isn't working out, you try something else. Try a different angle. Talk to a different person. Try a different environment. Anything that's within your power can be quite powerful. Do you mind if I have another drink of my tea? Thank you. It's still a little warm, so I like to baby it while it is. For me, the feeling of warm liquid or warm food can oftentimes give me a sense of security and safety, that I have the ability and capacity to feel this way, that I have the resources to do it, and that I might even deserve it. I do try and save these moments, by the way, for after just a couple accomplishments, maybe like 2. So, first thing, make my bed. Second thing, I look at my notes from the previous day that I've set forth for myself for today, and I might cross off some things that I don't need to do, cross off some things that I've finished from the last time I've looked at the notes, and also I can write in new notes for the day, and that gives me a sense of organization for the day. And I may not do this every day, but a certain point in my life, it feels even better to do so. I think you've just done so well. I can tell by the way that you're carrying yourself now versus the way that you came in, and it's just it's definitely different, and I think you should feel really good about that. I feel good for you, if nothing else. I'm proud of you. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you did that as well. See, you're already starting up the ladder of accomplishments, which I might have to find a better title for. Something I'm working on. Not exactly a writer of sorts. I'm just a bit conceptual. Oh, you think it's good? Well, that's quite nice of you. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. So, how are you feeling now in this room with me compared to how you were when you first came in? Can you tell me that? Yes, yes. I see that too. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's very good of you to point out. Yeah. Oh, that's funny of you. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I find it kind of useful to pronounce my T's, and sometimes I slip right over them. You spent some time around English people, maybe? Yes, well, we do morph our sort of dialect based on our needs, maybe the people around us, like everyone does ultimately. Yeah, to expect a person to be perfectly consistent is it's just not very human. Yeah. But yeah, sometimes I find that I want to make that point, and I put that T at the end, and other times my sense of the person I'm talking to is needing a bit more gentle nature, so I round it off, as it were, or since I can, cut it off completely. See there? See what I did? Yeah. Well, I think I found already, I would say that you've got a lot of candor and humility, maybe, and even humour. And humour is quite an important part of the healing process sometimes. Now, if all you're doing, instead of seeing things as serious, is laughing them off, then that can be sort of a bad sign. But as far as appreciating things for their depth of nature, as well as laughing other things off, it shows a certain range dynamism that usually shows that you are taking things seriously, I would say. Yeah, oftentimes being sort of comedic is a way of taking things seriously as well. Nice. Well, I see no need to further this meeting. Honestly, I'd like to. I feel the vibe is that we can cut it short, and I will reflect that in your bill. No stranger to cutting costs to others when applicable, but I think the feeling of us right now is that you can, and certainly your situation is that this might be enough for you to take in and go about your day, and maybe the rest of your week, and I'll see you another time. No, exactly, I'd like to keep it simple. I'm a big fan of simplicity. Good. Okay, well, thank you. I'll see you next time.